Right, welcome guys to yet another live stream. It is the Sharks up against the Griquas today, and it's a must-win for the Sharks outfit today. If they don't win here today, it's basically tickets for them. We are here in Durban, so it should be one of those games that we should win quite comfortably, and that's why I said the Sharks should win this game by 15 points plus today. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here today. The Sharks lineup for today, let's just quickly run through that. The back line, Apalile Fassi is back at fullback. Vanna Kok, Lukanya Jeremy Ward, Yapenke, Kevin Bosch, and Jaden Hendrickson. Now, Apalile Fassi is back from injury, so it's going to take time for him to settle, but I'm very confident that he will bounce back. Vanna Kok, on the other hand, he needs to raise his game today and start delivering, because we know he's an exceptional sevens player, but haven't delivered yet for the Sharks in the 15-man game. The Kanya captaining the side again. He needs to bring his troopers together today and really deliver the goods for them. Same with Jeremy Ward. He's been up and down. He's starting to get the feel at center, starting more games. He's now the primary inside center for the Sharks. So a lot expected from him. And obviously Kevin Bosch, also one of the stars in the Sharks lineup. We quickly have a look at the Sharks forward. You got Notche, Tembelani, Bolly, Henko, Venter, Ruben van Heerden, JJ van der Mesht, Michael Kumbarai, Fesman Bata, and Oxnashire. I do get this feeling that we are lacking in the forwards at the moment, and we really, really need to get some reinforcements in the near future for us. Otherwise, things are going to look pretty bad for us going forward. Then having a look at the Griquas lineup real quickly. At fullback, you got James Verity, Edwin Keiter, Burton Klaasen, Andre Swart, Enver Brandt, Tinus de Beer, and Zach Berger. Now, the guys that stand out there, Tinus de Beer and Zach Berger, along with James Verity, and Burton Klaasen's not bad players. They've got quality packed in this back line as well. So you should never, ever underestimate this Griqua lineup. Then the forwards, Johannes Momsen, Stefan Willemse, Gideon van der Merwe, Cameron Lindsay, Ewan Coetzee, John Roy Jenkins, Landry van Rooyen, and Andrew Bierwinkel. So I don't know too many of them. I know Stefan Willemse and Cameron Lindsay and John Roy Jenkins. As far as the rest of them, I'm not so sure. But it should be a really, really interesting game going forward today. And you all know I'm a really big Shark supporter, so yeah, it's time to deliver. I'm really looking forward to JJ van der Mesh and Ruben van Heerden in the lock combination today, as we see the guys now running onto the field for this game. So tensions are high. The Lions beat the Pumas 33 points to 25 earlier, and you could clearly see in that game that these minnows really can cause an upset going forward. So the Sharks should not underestimate this Griqua team today. As far as the comments go, quickly going through that. Ruben Kies says, ek gaan maar vir die Sharks skreef vandag. It's a good choice. I know you're a big Blue Bulls fan. Thank you for supporting the Sharks then, Ruben. Much appreciated. I know there's also another game going on at the moment. It is the Cheetahs against the Western Province, but I felt that I'm going to stream this one because a lot of people complained and said that in Europe this game will not be broadcast. So yeah, probably would have gotten more views from the Western Province Cheetahs game, but as a loyal Shark supporter, I am going to broadcast this game for you guys today. I'm sure there's plenty of other people also streaming the Cheetahs versus Western Province game. So I'll have a look at the game just a little bit and keep you guys up to date with the scoreline there as well. But yeah, we will be looking at what they can do for us today. Right, so the referee for today is Jadis Sweeney. I haven't seen him referee too many games before, so hopefully he won't have a bad game, because we've had problems with our referees in the past quite a bit. So let's hope he can deliver and give us a really, really good game today. Right, so we're almost about to start this game, guys. It will be the Griquas to kick off this game through Cheetahs de Beer, and really looking forward to this now. Right, the referee blows the whistle and the game is underway. It's Cheetahs de Beer who gets the game underway. It is JJ van der Mest who gets underneath the ball inside the Sharks 22. Chance now for Hendrikse to either clear this ball or give it to Kevin Bosch to clear. What will he do? There might be a penalty advantage. The referee says play on, a little kick over the top. Beautifully collected by Jaap Penke for the Sharks. But still, they go back into their 22. Some really poor passes from the Sharks, and Bosch made a mess of it. And it is going to be Griquas to open the scoreboard. And it is Enver Brandt who scores the first try of this game for Griquas. And a terrible pass from Kevin Bosch out to the center. Got picked up by Enver Brandt. And he gets the first try of the game for the Griquas. It's stuff like this that I'm talking about. Hendrikse firstly with a very poor pass. And then Kevin Bosch as well to Lukanya. The ball went loose. And Enver Brandt collected beautifully there for the Griquas. So, yeah, it is now. It is what it is, guys. It's already 5-0 to the Griquas. Another terrible start for the Sharks here, just like last week. And, yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens going forward. Aldino Adona says, afternoon, Mr. Guru, your biggest fan here. Very much appreciated, Aldino. It's been quite a while since I've done some proper streams, but yeah, it's been busy, but now I'm back and I will be doing this on a regular basis again for you guys. So yeah, looking forward to this. The Griquas now take a lead 5-0 after just 2 minutes of play, guys. And the conversion should be quite an easy one as well. Cheetahs de Beer gets it straight through. So it's 7-0 to the Griquas after just 2 minutes of play. And it's looking pretty bad for the Sharks early on. They really need to bounce back from this as soon as possible. Enver Brandt over for the first strike for the Griquas. Easy peasy for them. So the restart collected by the Sharks. There's a little advantage to the Sharks for a knock-on from the Griquas on the 22-meter line to go. Taken forward there. Now Kevin Bosch, out it goes to Apalile Fassi. He tries to wriggle his way through a couple of defenders, but they take him down quite easily. And the referee are going to come back for the penalty advantage on the 22-meter line. Hendrikse wants to take it easy. He needs to slow down. He was the reason why the first try was scored in the first place, putting pressure on Kevin Bosch there. So Aldino is asking, can you explain to me how the playoffs will work? It's going to be 1 against 4 and 2 against 3 for the semi-final berths, Aldino. So whoever ends on top probably be the Bulls, and that will probably be the Sharks or the Cheetahs ending in 4th place. We'll be taking them on, and then Western Province will probably play the Cheetah or the Lions in this other semi-final. So the Sharks take the line out. They form them all on the 5-meter line. Chance here for the Sharks. 5 meters from the try line. Slow ball coming out for them now. Jaden Hendricks out to JJ van der Mest. He drives his way up just a little bit further. Now it's not Share. Gets help there from one of the prop forwards. Now it's out to Henko Venter. They're still going. That could be a try time to the Sharks. But it seems to be held up over the try line. Well defended there by the Griquas. Some really solid defense there from none other than the hooker. And that is Landre van der Rooyen. So really good work from him, stopping that Sharks drive. and they go over the line, but it's been held up. So we will have a 5-meter scrum to the Sharks now after just 4.5 minutes gone in this first half. So the Sharks need to learn not to give away those early points in a game. It happened last week against the Cheetahs, and they fell apart in that first half. So you don't want this to be happening again today. Right, so scrum to the Sharks, 5 meters from the Griquas try line. We've got another reset here early on. So we've already had half a minute wasted. We're going to have about a minute wasted already in this game now. DJ Aris says, "Hi, Lappy, see you soon." No problem, DJ Aris. Then Carl Bushby says, "Let's go Sharks." Yeah, we need to get going now. So interesting fact, I want to try and keep score of the time wasted today. So we've had already a minute wasted through a scrum reset. And it's going to be interesting to see how many more there's going to be today. So the scrum feed from Jaden Hendrickson looks good. Apalile Fassi overruns it, so does Penke. And it's been picked up by the Griquas. But they do go into touch, so it's going to be a Sharks line out. And again, things just not gelling for the Sharks at the moment. Jaden Hendrickson was supposed to be Apalile's Fassi's ball, but the ball came out too slow. He overran it, and so did Penke. And the ball just went to nobody. Got picked up by the Griquas, but they got tackled into touch. So definitely something horribly wrong with the Sharks setup at the moment. Either it's inexperience or something's lacking in the coaching department. The line-out throw taken by Ruben van Heerden. They form another maul, so this could be a good opportunity for them to drive their way forward. This is looking good for the Sharks. Slowly but surely working their way upfield now. Still going, 5 meters short now. They've got momentum. They must score surely. And the try has been scored by none other than Fesmbata, the Sharks hooker. So the Sharks get onto the board and reply really quickly to the Griquas. So that's good. Good comeback from the Sharks there. 7 points to 5 with the conversion to come. Right, Ruben Kies says still 0-0 with the Cheetahs and the Western Province. So this seems like we've chosen the right game to broadcast today or to do commentary on. We might have plenty more action to come today. 7 points to 5 now with the conversion to come. It's about, 10 meters from the touch line. So it's not the easiest of kicks, but for Kevin Bosch, it should be no problem. Right, let's see what Kevin Bosch can do with this. Can he level the scores after 8 minutes of play? He's had 17 out of 21 for the season so far. So it's probably not that bad. So that conversion is going to go to the right of the post. So the Griquas still lead after 8 minutes. It's 7 points to 5 to the Griquas. Sharks need to hit immediately now. We don't want to keep this to the last minute like we did with the previous game when they went to Kimberley. Right, so the restart from Tinus de Beer, collected by Apalile Fassi. Now tries to beat a couple of defenders, but runs into a brick wall inside his own 22. Ball is coming out very slowly for the Sharks now. Jaden Hendrickson got it. He's going to put it over the top. He'll hoist over the top. Collected by Tinus de Beer for the Griquas on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Now Zach Berger. Out it goes to Stefan Willemse. Nearly got the first line break there. And it's going to be a penalty against the Griquas for holding on. So chance here for the Sharks to clear this from inside their own half. Great work from the scrum half there. Locked in the tackle, and Stefan Willemse didn't release on the ground. So penalty on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory at the moment. We've had 9.5 minutes gone. So the kick from Kevin Bosch is going to find touch just about 5 meters outside the 22 of the Griquas. So a good attacking opportunity here for the Sharks now. Ruben Kies says it's 3-0 for the Stormers against the Cheetahs in Bloemfontein. So I'm backing the Stormers to win that one, of course, to give the Sharks a little bit of breathing space for next week's game against the Western Province. So the line-out throw taken beautifully by Henko Venter. Now Timbelani Bolly. Van der Kok runs in on the angle up to the 22-meter line. They go. Quick ball required here for the Sharks, taken in by Henko Venter again over the 22-meter line. The Sharks now go. They need quick ball. Goes out to Kumbarai. Slow ball coming now for the Sharks. Out it goes to Ruben van Heerden. Hendrikse out to Bosch. Out to Oxnashire. They're going backwards at the moment is the Sharks. Now there's a bit of space on the right side. Let's see what they do. Man and ball tackled. Ball's been kicked forward by the Griquas, and the Sharks having to go back all the way up to the 10-meter line. The Griquas got it. But let's see what the referee says. I think it's going to be a penalty to the Sharks. No, it's a penalty to the Griquas. Let me see. What's the problem here? Yeah, it's going to be a penalty to the Griquas against the Sharks for pulling back the players. So, yeah, that's a little bit confusing. Not sure what really happened there. Tina de Goede has asked, how do you think our SA teams will do in the new European competition? I think we're going to do pretty well. I think we've got a really good chance. We're obviously going to get some really good players. I know the Bulls are sorted. Province are sorted. I think the Sharks will make a couple of good recruitments. And then obviously the Lions are a very young team looking really good. But I do think it's the end of Leinster's dominance in the Pro 14 or whatever they will call it, Rainbow Cup or whatever. So we've got a line-up to the Griquas inside the 22 of the Sharks. A great attacking opportunity here for the Griquas. Landry van Rooyen will throw this in for the Griquas. Just have to wait and see. Referee not happy with something there. Now the throw in, it's beautifully taken there by Johannes Momsen. The drive from the Griquas coming up now. It's gone down. And that's surely got to be a penalty against the Sharks. Oxnashire, that's almost a professional foul, keeping the ball on the ground in front of the referee, just refusing to let go of the ball when the maul went down. So really, really poor discipline from the Sharks again very early on. Tinus de Beer puts it out into touch. So now it's going to be a line up to the Griquas 5 meters from the try line. Just really feels like something's lacking with the Sharks at the moment. So again, Momsen takes it in for the Griquas. They're driving forward now. It's looking good for the Griquas. But JJ van der Mes makes a great little push. And the Griquas go into touch. It's going to be a line out to the Sharks. 5 meters from the try line. Great drive there from JJ van der Mes. Stopping them in their tracks there. It really looked like for a moment as if the Griquas were going to score from there. Quick throw in from the Sharks. Goes to Henko Venter. They're doing silly stuff on their own try line here as the Sharks. Luckily gets away with it and now got the ruck on their own try line. Jaden Hendrikse with the big hoist over the top. It's not going out. It's been chased. It's going to be another penalty surely. Well, no, the referee didn't see that. Another referee, I think, would have penalized Van der Kok there for taking out the player without the ball. Just have a look at that again. Well, they both went for, they both went for the ball. Excuse me for that one. So that's just the normal line out again to the Griquas on the 22-meter line now. It's been overthrown and Fessenbart has got it for the Sharks. They're driving their way forward now. Now it goes out to Kevin Bosch. Now Jeremy Ward, there's a bit of space here for Apalile Fassi. Tries to break the defense, but well defended by the Griquas on the 10-meter line now. Jaden Hendrickse, out it goes to Ruben van Heerden. Gives it to Oxenasheer. Sharks still inside their own half, and a little knock-on from the Sharks. And it's going to be Griquas ball, basically on a 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Silly mistakes from the Sharks, really. Oxenasheer knocking the ball on in the contact area there. So 2 handling errors from the Sharks, 1 from the Griquas. We've had 15 minutes in this game already. An early try in the first 2 minutes from Griquas after a terrible pass from Kevin Bosch out to Lukanyam. Went loose, and the left wing for the Griquas went over, and then just a couple minutes after that, it was the Sharks maul that drove their way over the try line, but Kevin Bosch couldn't convert. So now it's a scrum on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. So Zach Berger out to Tinus de Bruin. Now it goes to the right wing of the Griquas. They're looking good inside the 22 now. Goes out to Stefan Willemsen. Now it's Lindsay. Quick run by the hooker, and he loses it on the 5-meter line. And now the Sharks doing a counter-attack here. Apalile Fassi. He gets brought down. So the Sharks now got advantage for the knock-on here, and they surely will have to clear this ball now. Goes out to Oxenasheer. They're driving their way forward, first making some space for the kicker here. Slow ball coming for the Sharks. Jaden Hendrickse with the kick over the top. Again, he's not going to find touch, and it's Tiam who's got it on the 22-meter line for the Griquas, but he's going to get penalized for holding on. Some great defense from Timolani Boli there, and another chance for the Sharks to get out of their own 22-meter line. So it was a great initial run there from Edwin Keita for the Griquas over the 22, and then the forward Elandre van Rooyen knocked it on for the Griquas 5 meters from the try line, and yeah. And now we've got a penalty against the Griquas, and the Sharks kick it out all the way up to halfway. So close, hard-fought battle so far. 17 minutes gone in this game. The throw-in is going to come from Fes Mbata now. Throw-in taken by Ruben van Heerden. Beautifully taken there by him. Now the Sharks are driving their way up forward. Good mauling from them. Still going forward. Now they're working their way up to the 10-meter line inside Griquas territory. Jaden Hendrickse got it at the back. Gives it out to Kevin Bosch. Now Lukanyam. He's going to try with a little chip kick over the top. Beautifully collected by Edwin Keita for the Griquas on their own 10-meter line. They've secured possession now as the Griquas. Zach Berger just organizing his forwards at the moment. Goes out to the prop forward, Andrew Bierwinkel. And now he's going to look to clear this ball is Zach Berger. He's really impressed me with the Griquas so far this season. So a kick over the top from Zach Berger, chased beautifully by Keita, but beautifully collected in the air by Apalile Fassi on their own 10-meter line. Now the Sharks. Goes out to Ruben van Heerden, gives to Oxenasheer now, Kevin Bosch. Enko Venter's got a bit of space on the outside. Jeremy Ward is asking for the ball, but Enko Venter goes straight over on a halfway line. Now Oxenasheer on halfway, driving his way forward. Quick ball required for the Sharks now. Out to Kevin Bosch, gives it to Lukanyam. Lukanyam runs into trouble on the 10-meter line. Inside the run half, good defense from the Griquas. Slow ball coming back for the Sharks, and there's a penalty against the Sharks. Holding on to the ball on the ground, 10 meters from the try line. Tina, the good is how much time has already been played in the current game. There's 19 minutes gone of this game, and the Griquas have decided to go for goal. So a chance for the Griquas to stretch the lead by 5 points. Lukanyam got held up behind the advantage line there, and some really good defense there from, who was that? Let's just see. Gideon van der Merwe did exceptional work trying to steal that ball on the ground, and Lukanyam just held on to it, and now a chance for the Griquas. Well, there's a player down in the background is receiving some attention, but the clock hasn't stopped yet. So, yeah, it's because of the penalty. So, Tinus de Beer will be trying to take the lead for the Griquas to 5 points here. Sparrow says, hello, how's it, Sparrow? Hope you're all doing well. So, the conversion from Tinus de Beer. Let's see what they can do from here. Oh, terrible kick from Tinus de Beer. Hooks it completely. Don't have the distance or the length. And now the Sharks are going to try and counter-attack from inside the own 22. Instead of just kicking the ball away, it's been snatched by the Griquas inside the 22. Now Zach Berger. Out it goes to Bierwinkel. He drives his way forward on the 22-meter line. They need a scrum off now. Slow ball coming back for the Griquas now. Zach Berger's got it, gives it out to the prop forward again. Now it's Tinus de Beer with a little kick, cross kick, and it's beautifully taken by Karpenke, and he makes the mark. So a chance for the Sharks to get out their own 22. They need to stop playing this silly rugby inside their own 22 at the moment. Some Slayer says hello there as well. How's it, guys? Like I say, I hope all of you are doing really well. And yeah, with that, Apalila Fassi kicks it downfield under pressure. And now a chance here for Verity for the Griquas. He puts it on the bird, finds space, and that's going to run out about 15 meters from the Sharks' try line. So a really good kick by Verity puts more pressure on the Sharks here. And yeah, it's just, again, the Sharks being very sloppy at the moment. James Verity has played 8 Super Rugby games for the Western Force. That's something I didn't know. Right, so the throw-in from Fersenbarter finds JJ van der Mesh. Now Hendricks, he gives it out to Henko Venter, beats the first defender. Still 10 meters from the round try line is the Sharks. And there's going to be a penalty here. Well, the Griquas number 8, Johannes Momsen, didn't take kindly to the shove from the Sharks and flew into the ruck there. So let's see whether the referee's going to penalize him for that. Just explaining to him he can't do that. So it is going to be a penalty against the Griquas here, about 10 meters from the Sharks' try line. Chance for Bosch to clear their lines again. So the Sharks under a lot of pressure so far, unexpected. And Kevin Bosch clears that. Oh, not the greatest of kick. Finds touch between halfway and a 10-meter line inside their own half. First of all, Johannes Thompson was offside. And then, he pushed Notcher first, and then Notcher pushed him away. And then he flew in to the ruck after that is Momsen. So just tempers flying just a little bit. So the line out from the Sharks, a big hoist from Kevin Bosch. Chased down by Jeremy Ward. James Verity loses it in the air, and the Sharks now on the attack inside Griquas territory. Yapenke with a little chip kicker through. It's chased down by Tinus de Beer, 5 meters from their own try line. The Sharks applying pressure now, but the Griquas have managed to get it back. Goes out. Oh, a sloppy kick there from the Griquas. Collected by Kevin Bosch. Under pressure. Oh, there's a little bit of a height take there, but they've got it back now. Notcher drives it forward for the Sharks. And it's going to be a penalty against the Sharks, holding on to the ball. So discipline really letting them down. And I must say, this guys from the Griquas, the two flankers in Stefan Willems and Gideon van der Merwe has been really good so far at the ruck situation. They've caused a hell of a lot of trouble for the Sharks so far, and both teams have now conceded 4 penalties each. So discipline from both teams not great at the moment. We've had 25 minutes in this game already. Simsley says it's not over yet, and it's the Griquas. Yeah, no, look, I put the Sharks up for a 15-point winning margin today. I think they might be too strong for the Griquas, but the way they're playing at the moment, they're playing really well. And then from that line out, Stefan Willems drives forward for the Griquas up to the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Now it's taken forward, but the Griquas loses it on the ground, and a chance now for the Sharks on their own 10-meter line. Can they get this back? Comes out to JJ van der Merwe. Takes round about 2 players to bring him down. Now Hendricks is waiting for the ball. Now Kevin Bosch decides to kick it downfield. Looking for space. Finds a little bit. Now it's been chased by Penke. But it is going to be Keiter who's got the ball for the Griquas. Fends off Penke. Now Verity up on the attack. He goes over the 22-meter line. And now the Griquas on the attack. Just outside the 22-meter line. Slow ball, however, coming for the Griquas now. Sharks trying to disrupt the ruck there. Zach Berger gives it out to Bierwinkel. Again, the ruck has been formed. The Griquas getting slow possession back now. Can the Sharks put some pressure on them? Oh, big shot from the Sharks, and they might have got this. There's a penalty for the Sharks here. And a chance for the Sharks to maybe take the lead. Penalty on the 22-meter line. Great counter ruck from the Sharks. Pushing the Griquas off their own ball. And yet again, it was that man, JJ van der Merwe, who was the instigator there. And now a chance for Kevin Bosch. Well, they're not going for goal. He's going to put it into touch. So Sharks got a line out 5 meters from the try line now. Big counter shot from JJ van der Merwe there. Brilliantly done from him. Bright future ahead of him. So the line out from the Sharks now. Throw into Ruben van Heerden. They form them all. Big drive coming from the Sharks. And they surely must be over. Timbalani Bolly must be over. Well, the referee can't get a look. The ball does come back to the Sharks side. So they're still trying to drive their way over the try line now. But slow ball coming for them. 1 meter from the try line. The Sharks trying to push their way over here now. Surely they must score from here. Now Bosch with the cross kick. Van der Kok can get this. He will get it. And it's a brilliant try for the Sharks. Great thinking from Kevin Bosch there with a little cross kick. And the Sharks gets the try down. Barry Green says, hi there, Guru. How's it, Barry? So finally, the Sharks take the lead in this game. It feels like forever, but they have now scored their second try of this game. It's not been the most spectacular game so far, but this was a really good try. Nearly messed it up. Veritiam nearly got to that ball. So really well done from Van der Kok as well, getting to that high ball and scoring the try for the Sharks. So 28 and a half minutes gone. It's 10 points to 7 to the Sharks with the conversion to come. Can anybody maybe update me on what the score between the Cheetahs and the Western Province is? Or I'll just quickly have a look there. At the moment, it's 6 points to 3 to the Western Province after 25 minutes. Barry Green says, of course, you would choose this game, your favorite side. No, Barry, I chose this game. I actually was going to do the Western Province Cheetah game. And then I saw a lot of people complain on Facebook that the game will not be broadcast in the UK. So that's why I decided to go with the Sharks game. But you're right, it is my team as well. So, and it's a very important one for the Sharks as well today. They need to win this to really stay in contention. And then the Western Province needs to beat the Cheetahs. Then we should have an easier road to the semi-final from there. So conversion over, 12 points to 7 after 30 minutes, collected by Ruben van Heerden just outside the 22s, the Sharks. Slow ball coming, Jaden Hendricks doesn't clean the ball quick enough for my liking. But now he is there and he's going to hoist this over the top for the Sharks. A terrible kick, but beautifully collected by Jaap Penke. Sharks now on the 10-meter line. Ball gets passed back to Kevin Bosch. And he kicks it downfield, but into the hands of Veritiam it goes. Veritiam returns the favor up to halfway. There's a little loose ball from the Sharks, but Apelile Fassi managed to pick it up for the Sharks. And they've now got possession just outside their own 22s, the Sharks. Giving it out, forward pass surely to JJ van der Mesh. And it's going to be a scrum to the Griquas just outside the 22. Silly mistakes from the Sharks, really. And you just get this feeling that something terribly is wrong in that Sharks camp at the moment, because we really got some really good players. But just look at that. Silly stuff from Ruben van Heerden with that forward pass to JJ van der Mesh. Barry Green says, how are they showing both games on Super Sport at the same time? Yeah, that's really stupid for me. But obviously, South Africa is in lockdown, level 3. So I think everything needs to be done by 8 o'clock. So that's why there wasn't a game at 5, starting at 5 or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, because it wouldn't have finished in time. So that's why Super Sport 10's got the Sharks game, and Super Sport 1 and 11 got the Western Province Cheetahs game. So yeah, we've got a scrum to the Griquas in the middle between the 10-meter line and the 22. Scoreline between Western Province and the Cheetahs still 6 points to 3 at the moment. Right, the scrum is going to be reset again. So we've already had a minute wasted, which is probably not too much so far. But now there's going to be another minute wasted with this scrum. So it's going to be coming down to 2 minutes already out of the 80 that gets wasted with scrum resets. Even if it adds up to 10 minutes in total, it's too much. Yeah, Barry says they should have pushed one game for a Sunday. Yeah, it would have made it a lot more easier for people to follow. So it was probably an option. I don't know why they didn't go for that. But 2 games on at the same time. It's a pity. So the scrum this time, Griquas got it. Now it's Keita who runs on the angle. Going forward is the Griquas. Slow ball coming for Zach Berger. Out it goes to Stefan Willems. He drives his way forward. Just outside the 22 now. Comes to Gideon van der Merwe. Now it's Momsen. Griquas going forward. They're almost up to the 22-meter line now, but a penalty against the Griquas. Players diving over their feet. And the Sharks decide to take this quickly now. Not yet. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Jaden Hendricks out to Apelile Fassi, and he kicks it downfield. There's nobody at the back. Penke is chasing, and it's Tinus de Beer who wins the race. But he loses it, and the Sharks is going to score. It is Penke who's going to go over for the try there. Tinus de Beer did really well to get there initially, but he basically jumped onto the ball, and the ball went loose, and Penke just picked it up and went over for the try. So another try in the corner for the Sharks here. Not making it easy for Kevin Bosch today. But it is now 17 points to 7 for the Sharks with the conversion to come. Tinus de Beer did really exceptionally well to get back. But Penke had a lot of work to do there. He still managed to beat two Griquas defenders on his way to the try line there. Picked it up beautifully, bumped off one, and then drove his way over the second one. So some really poor defense from the Griquas there as well. That shouldn't have been a try if the defense was spot on. Yeah, Barry says it would make more sense. Absolutely, it would make more sense to have it on a Sunday. It would have been nice to be able to watch both games, but now at the moment, I have to jump between channels. So, yeah, I've just decided to do the Sharks game anyway. So, well, something wrong with the scoreboard there from Supersport already saying it's 19 points to 7. So, confidence in Kevin Bosch to get this. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a beautiful strike. And this time it is straight through the middle. So Supersport could have kept their scoreboard at 19 points to 7. A brilliant kick from Kevin Bosch. And the Sharks now up by 12 points as we go closer to half-time. Oh, just really poor defense from the Griquas there while they're showing the replay now on the screen. But good work from Benke. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Restart from Tinus de Pierre. Into the hands of Jaden Hendriksen. Gives it out to Kevin Bosch. Bosch with plenty of time. He puts up a hoist. It's chased down by Hendriksen. Tinus de Pierre's got it on halfway for the Griquas. Now the Sharks are trying to drive their way over the ruck here. Will they win it? Ball spats loose and it's Oxenashire got it for the Sharks. Now Hendriksen, quick ball out to Enko Venter. Now Lukanya, not sure. They've got numbers to the left, but they decide to straighten the line. Now Hendriksen, out it goes to now it's Kumbarai, a little chip kick over the top from Benke. It's Lukanya chasing it down, but somehow the Griquas got it back on around 5 meter line. And now it goes out to Tinus de Pierre behind his own try line. It's been knocked on by the Griquas, but collected luckily for them by Lindsay. And we are probably going to come back for a 5 meter scrum now to the Sharks. The touch judge and the referee just having a talk quickly. Want to see what it's all about. Yeah, so it seems like they're going up to the TMO to decide this. I'm sure they're just going to decide whether there was maybe a high tackle or a knock-on or a what really happened there. I'm not 100% sure what they're checking because my volume is down at the moment on my TV. But yeah, it's been a better last 20 minutes for the Sharks in this game than it was in the first 20. It looked really bad for the Sharks at a stage. So let's see what they're looking at. Oh, high tackle from Jeremy Ward. First up, penalty, Griquas. Then they're still going on with this. Then there's a rip, knock on. Nobody of the Sharks touched that. Oh, player in front of the knock on. So that will be penalty try, surely. Well, there's many ways to look at this. First, you look at Jeremy Ward's kind of dangerous. Yeah, no, that's a terrible hit. No, they need to have another look at this. This could be red card, shoulder to the head. Oh, he's gone. Surely. That's going to be a penalty to the Griquas, red card to the Sharks. I'm sure of this. Let's see what they call it. Minimum yellow card, surely. Look, I'm not a fan of this red card situation, but according to the rules that we've got at the moment, this should be a red card to the Sharks. Jeremy Ward needs to walk. So, yeah, I would have loved to hear what they said there, but unfortunately I can't turn up the volume because it might be copyright restricted. No, there wasn't really a bend. It was the scrum half that passed the ball. So you could argue and say that the scrum half was in a bend position, but yeah, I'm not so sure. No, he wasn't actually too much. If I can have another look at it, let's just have. Yeah, he was in a bend position. So yeah, but now Jeremy Ward was offside, running on with the shoulders straight to the head. There is a bend in the scrum half. So worst case scenario, red card. But it could just maybe be a yellow card. After having another look from a different angle, there was a bend from Zach Berger. So he was in a bend position. Right, looks like there's nothing going to happen here. Oh, that's great news. Great news for the Sharks then. It is going to be a penalty to the Griquas for that high tackle. So, yeah, I don't know how he got away with it. Maybe it's because of that bent knee from Zach Berger, but I think any other referee would have gone for the lowest yellow card there. Look, I'm a Shark supporter, but fair is fair. You know, everybody else have been getting yellow and red cards. So, yeah. But I'm happy if it works in my favor. I don't care at this stage. Yeah, yellow card at least, I would have said, Barry. If you go by all the games that have been played so far, it would have probably been fair to give Jeremy Ward the yellow card based on previous decisions from previous games. But hey, I'm happy. I'm a Shark supporter. The Sharks still got 15 men on the field. We've got 3 minutes left in this first half. The Griquas got a lineup on their own 22-meter line, defensive lineup, and a chance for the Sharks to maybe put some pressure on them here. So the lineup has been beautifully taken there by the Griquas all the way up. Well, still on their own 22. Now Zach Berger waiting for it now, gives it out to Tinus de Beer, and he's going to try and thump this downfield. A hoist from him. Beautifully collected by Penke. Penke has been really good under the high ball today. Sharks got possession on halfway now. Hendricks out to Timbalani Bolly. He tries to work his way forward. Now it goes out to Kevin Bosch. Puts another hoist up into the air, chased by the Sharks now. Oh, everybody left it behind, and it's been collected by Burton Klaassen for the Griquas now. Inside their own 22, Tinus de Beer kicks it again. Another hoist from him, and Penke underneath it. Good defense from Keita this time. Great read of the law from Penke, leaving it on and then taking it again after the tackle. Now Ruben van Heerden on the 10-meter line. The Sharks, 2 minutes to go. Out to Kevin Bosch. Now it's Kumbarai who changes the angle. Great tackle from Willemsen. The Griquas have turned this over. Now Zach Berger, out it goes to Lindsay. Oh, intercepted by Oxnard, but we are going to come back for that knock-on. It would have been a great race between Oxnard and then the tighted prop of the Griquas. And it would have been John Roy Jenkins against Oxnard for a 22-meter sprint. It would have been quite interesting to see who would have won that race. Eugene Rocco is asking, is the Sharks game showing live or not? On SuperSport 10, you can watch it live, Eugene, in South Africa. I know in the UK, they're not showing the game live at all. So we've got an injury at the moment to Michael Kumbarai. And it doesn't look good. It looks like a shoulder injury from him. He is staying down at the moment. So with a minute and a half to go. All to play for. Here for the Sharks at Johnson Kings Park. They've got 3 tries. They need another one for the bonus point. Let's quickly, while they're busy there having that injury break, let's just quickly go and have a look what's going on with the Western Province Cheetahs game. And just to give you guys an update on the score, the Western Province leading 12 points to 9. And it seems like it is going to go, or it's going to be halftime now. A chance for the Western Province with a penalty on halfway. So, yeah, interesting. They've also got an injury at the moment. Right, so we are back with the Sharks game now. There's going to be a scrum here to the Griquas with a minute and a half to go. Inside their own half, basically on the 10-meter line for the Griquas. Scrum goes down from the... Oh, it's a penalty against the Griquas there. Not so sure about this, but the moment Roy Jenkins are having a big scuffle with Oxnard Shear. It started earlier with that intercept from Ox, and they're still having a battle even now. Jason Roy Jenkins definitely not happy about something, and the Sharks again deciding not to go for goal. I would have said go for goal, take the 3 points, go to halftime. You only need one try in the second half. Instead, they're going to go for it now. And it's not the greatest of kicks from Kevin Bosch. It finds touch just inside the 22 of the Griquas. So let's see if it's the right decision from the Sharks. Personally, I would have gone for goal, worked our way into the second half to get that last try and secure the bonus point. They want to do it now, and they run the risk of really playing a defensive game in the second half instead of they would have had to work for that last try. So Ruben van Heerden's got it now. Sharks got them all going here inside the 22 of the Griquas now. Going sideways. Now they're starting to move forward. Oh, they're starting to drive nicely now. About 5 meters from the try line now. The maul has gone down, and surely it's got to be a penalty advantage. Now Kevin Bosch with a little chip kick over the top. It's Lekanya. Will he get there? He's happy about it. He says he's got it down, but I don't think so, because the Griqua player are also very sure that he got it. So let's see. They're going to go and have a look at this surely, but I think Lukanyam is taking a massive chance here. Well, he did get himself hurt in the process there. Looks like his wrist or elbow that landed badly there. But we are going to have a look at this. But I'm almost 60% sure that that is not a try. I will apologize to him if he did get this. Let's see. Oh, whoa. He's got a bloody hand on that ball. Is it downward pressure though? His hands are under Tinus de Beer's hands, which means he got there first. But does he have downward pressure on that? Very, very interesting. Well, Lukanya, if you're going to get this try, it's going to be an amazing try for him. Surely they won't see it from this angle. Let's just have a look again. Oh, that's try time, Lukanya. Well, unbelievable. The try has not been awarded yet, but jeepers, that looks very much like a try to me. Oh, touch and go there, touch and go. I don't want to be the TMO for that one. I would have personally awarded it. Kunrad Kunning, please, please, please. Let's see what they say. Interesting. What's going on now? He's talking to the captain, Zach Berger, for the Griquas. So I can't hear what they're saying because I'm not allowed to. Let's see. The try has been awarded, guys. Goodness gracious me. I do apologize, Lukanya. You did phenomenally there. Never ever in my wildest dreams I would have thought that that would have been a try. Because surely it did look like Tinas de Beer got there first. So halftime here at the Johnson Kings Park is going to be 26 points to 7. It's 24-7 at the moment, but it's the kick is right under the post. So no chance for Kevin Bosch to miss this one, surely. Well, it goes over. So at halftime, it is 26 points to 7 here at Johnson Kings Park. Here in Bloemfontein, it's the Western Province leading the Cheetahs by 17 points to 9. So the Western Province also went to score a try just before halftime. So incredible stuff happening at the moment. I'm happy with the Sharks. They're leading. They've got their 4 tries for the bonus point. Although it's not been pretty, we are leading quite comfortably. So I'm happy with this lead. I'm just worried that we're going to start playing a defensive game here in the second half, which could lead to trouble. I don't want to jinx this, but we've seen in the past if the Sharks have to defend the lead, they normally don't do it well. So let's hope, especially with the team that we've got now, I'm not so confident that if this Griquas team gets 2 quick tries, that the momentum we gained from the first half is going to be good enough to get us all the way. We saw with the Lions and Pumas game earlier today, the Pumas pushed the Lions to the very end of that game. So let's hope it isn't the case with the Sharks today and they run away with this game. For me as a Sharks supporter, I would love to be a close game, but then the Sharks must still win it in the end, you know? Because I am a really big Shark supporter, and I'm happy to hear what's going on in Bloemfontein at the moment with the Western Province leading. Yeah, Kunrad said they got off to a bad start. 2 minutes in, poor passing from Hendricks and Bosch led to the ball spilling loose and into the hands of the Griquas player and scoring the first try within a minute. So, yeah, it looked pretty bad, like last time against the Cheetahs when they also conceded in the first minutes. So they need to work on that first 5 minutes of the game, I would say, if they are looking to go further in this competition. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. When I do come back, we will have the second half. The Sharks comfortable leading at the moment by 26 points to 7. I will be back in just a few minutes. Right, we are back now. We're probably going to have to wait for the second half to get underway, but it is the Sharks leading by 26 points to 7 at the moment, and the Western Province leading the Free State Cheetahs by 17 points to 9 at halftime there in Bloemfontein as well. So everything working out for the Sharks at the moment. Just quickly want to have a look at the Currie Cup lock real quickly and see where we're standing at the moment. So obviously there's still games in hand. If the Sharks get the full 5 points, let's have a quick look here. Let's see if I can share my screen with you guys just quickly. Currie Cup lock as it stands at the moment. There you go. We've got the Bulls in firm position at the moment. They've obviously got a game with the Golden Lions next Wednesday. So that's going to decide their outcome then. And then the Western Province can move up to 35 or 36 points after this game. So it's going to be important for the Bulls to win that next game. And then if the Sharks get their 5-pointer, they're going up to 33 points. So it's important for the Western Province to win their game. If the Cheetahs stay there, then it's game over for the Free State Cheetahs, regardless of who wins between the Sharks and Western Province next weekend. So important things happening at the moment here in Durban and Bloemfontein. Sorry guys, I have to just quickly go. I'll be back in 1 sec. All right, so sorry about that, guys. I just quickly had to do something. So yeah, as it stands at the moment in both games, it seems like this will be enough for the Sharks to qualify for the semi-finals of the Currie Cup. Whichever way it means they might end in fourth place, they will probably play against the Bulls in the semi-finals. So yeah, either way, things are looking good. We're going to have a playoff game against the Bulls, hopefully in a couple of weeks' time. So the restart then for the second half underway from Kevin Bosch. Beautifully collected by Gideon van der Merwe for the Griquas. They've got possession inside their own 22 now. Zach Berger gives it to Lindsay. They form the ruck again. So Sharks trying to counter shove the ruck, but no success. Goes out to Tinus de Beer, and he puts it into touch just outside the 22 of the Griquas. So another chance now for the Sharks to capitalize on this and get a good lead. Just want to take away that halftime sign real quickly. So Roy Jenkins is having quite a shuffle with the guys at the moment. His temper are flying at the moment, and you'll probably need to be replaced soon. So Faison Bata to throw it in here for the Sharks. Notches got it now. Hendricks with a little dummy tries to go on his own. Just outside the 22 they go. We need a scrum off now. Henko Venter gives it out to, little knock on from JJ van der Mesh. And the Griquas got the advantage. It's Gideon van der Merwe. And it goes to Burton Claessens. Referee calls them back. Not sure what that was all about. Let's just see there. There was, very close to a grass cut, the tackle there from the Griquas. But nevertheless, it wasn't one. I'm just saying it was very close to one. But we are going to have a scrum to the Griquas just outside the 22, inside their own half. Right. Barry Green says, will still Griquas qualify if they win? No, there's no chance for the Griquas to qualify. It's basically only between the Sharks and the Cheetahs at the moment. So that was the fourth place debate. If the Cheetahs managed to beat the Western Province today and the Sharks fell to the Griquas, then next weekend it's game between the Sharks and the Western Province, and I'm not sure who the Cheetahs were going to play, but it would have been an easier road for the Cheetahs then to qualify. But as it stands, it seems like the Sharks will be qualifying. So the Cheetahs now on the attack inside their own half, a little bit isolated is the left wing, but it comes back. Now it goes out to the lock forward of the Griquas. It is Ivan Kutsia drive deep forward now. Zach Berger. Throws a little dummy, but got caught behind the advantage line, but a penalty against the Sharks for being offside. Yeah, guys, if this stands as it is at the moment, the Sharks will be qualifying for the playoffs and not the Free State Cheetahs. The score in Bloemfontein at the moment, 17 points to 9. Penalty now to the Griquas. They've kicked it downfield and they found touch on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Chance now for the Griquas. There's Alandre van Rooyen to throw in, but the Sharks have stolen it. Now Temelani Bolly out to Van der Kok. It goes now. Palile Fassi with a bit of space. Great tackle on him on the 10-meter line. Inside Sharks territory. Slow ball coming for them. Now Pinkett, scrum off, gives it out to Temelani Bolly. He drives his way forward, makes a couple of meters. But, yeah, it does come back to the Sharks side. Now Kevin Bosch with the hoist. The Sharks play a lot of them offside. It's Oxnashire there first, and he tackles the fullback of the Griquas, drives him back, and the Sharks have stolen this now. Now chance here for them. They've got men aplenty. Notch it, turns inside, and is going to score under the post. Great try from Sibukosi Notche. I'm struggling with his name, but Notche's got the try. Great skill from him. Thought he made a mistake to go back inside, but great feat from him. He's also a sevens player, so great stuff from them. Ben Jones says, nice background. Thanks, buddy. Got myself that green screen, so from now on, we're going to have a variety of backgrounds. Then Eugene Rocco says, who will the Sharks play if they win the playoffs? We will be playing our arch enemy in the Blue Bulls, so it's going to take a lot to beat them, but I'm sure we can do that. Anything can happen in playoffs, guys. We've managed to beat them the last time round, and it seems after that, everything went to shit for the Sharks. Sorry for the language, but yeah, it's just been one of those things. Just want to see what the ref... there's been obstruction, so that's not going to be a try. So we probably have to change back the scoreboard to 26 points because there was surely obstruction from the Sharks there. Yeah, you're not lying, Conrad. I must say I'm very impressed with Tembelani Bolly. He's been going over the advantage line every single time he's touched the ball, and probably one of the most underrated players at the moment. Well, again, I didn't hear what the touch judges had to say, but the try has been awarded. So it is now going to be 33 points to 7 to the Sharks. And it looks a lot better on the scoreboard, but I'm still not happy with the way the Sharks are playing at the moment. This is not the Sharks team that we saw earlier this year play in Super Rugby. Yeah, still sounded like good support play just then. Yeah, great support play from Temelani Bolly, and then Noche got the ball and stepped inside. There were still a few numbers on the right side. So either way, I think the Sharks would have scored that try. So the restart from Tinus de Beer, taken in by Ruben van Heerden. Bierwinkel is off for the Griquas. Mngoli is on for him. And then also Kutsia has been replaced by Smith. So a hoist there from Jaden Hendricks. It comes back to the Sharks. It's looking like everything is favouring the Sharks. Now Notches tries to step his way through a couple of defenders. Can't get there. Now it comes out to JJ van der Mes. Runs into some really good defense there from Stefan Willemse, but somehow he's managed to wriggle his way through. Comes out to Kevin Bosch with another hoist. Not too many players chasing now. Fussie's getting back. Oh, great run there, or great catch from the fullback, from the Griquas Verity. But they're under pressure at ruck time at the moment. Sharks trying to drive them over. They've managed to get it. McNally's got it for the Griquas. Slow ball coming, but penalty to the Griquas. Sharks not rolling away in the tackle. And just as we praised Timberlani Bowley, his discipline kind of let him down there for not rolling away. Oh, they decide to go with a quick tap. Is the Griquas. That's a ridiculous call from their fly off. But now they've managed to run it now. Burton Claessen's got it for the Griquas. They could have made so much more ground just going for the penalty. Now Tinus de Brain kicks it away anyway. And the Sharks now got the possession on the 10-meter line. And the Griquas surely would have got more distance with a kick to touch. But somehow the Griquas have stolen this on the ground now. And Stefan Willemse gives it to Veritiam. There's an overlap here for the Griquas. Great little run from the left wing. Up to the 10-meter line they go. Still going is the left wing. Up to the 22-meter line they go. And a penalty against the Griquas for holding on the ground. Great break from the left wing. But, yeah, just the discipline letting him down there. And now one of the Griquas players chatting back to the referee. And he gives them another 10 meters. Discipline's so important. Simsley says the Griquas should be called 3 points. Yeah. Well, I'm very disappointed with the Griquas because personally I felt coming from the Northern Cape and everything, playing for the trials and everything for Griquas, you kind of felt that they've always been that team that's just begging to step up. And I really thought with the chance to play Super Rugby Unlocked, I really thought that the Griquas will be the team to step up and beat some of these big teams. And unfortunately, it's just not happened for them. Even the Pumas have been better than them, but you can understand with the Pumas having Stonehouse as a coach. He's an exceptional coach, by the way. So the beer has gone off. Davids is on for the Griquas. So, yeah, some poor decisions from him today. Sharks now on the 10-meter line inside Griquas territory. Some loose passing from him. Now Lekanyam with the overlap pass to Penke. Penke has been very impressive so far. He works his way forward. Now it goes out to Notch. Beats one defender. Taken down by Jenkins. Now Kevin Bosch out to Ruben van Heerden. Good tackle from McNally. Jaden Hendricks out to Bosch again with a little chip kick. And now there's a chase. It's Oxner shows there. Look at the prop forward go, but unfortunately he knocks it on. Great run from the loose set prop. Reminds me a lot of Beast when he was younger, but he just couldn't get there. Well, excuse me, it wasn't Ox. It was actually, was it the hooker? Let me just see the number there. Yeah, it was the hooker, Fesmbata, who actually ran there through the gap. He looked a lot like Ox this year there, same body build and everything. But unfortunately, being a little bit heavy, he just couldn't pick it up off the ground. So Fisser now on for Jenkinson as well. I was waiting for this replacement since the second half started because he's been very ill-disciplined so far. It's been the Griquas tight head prop. So we're going to have a scrum now to the Griquas about 10 meters from the Griqua try line. Sharks leading by 33 points to 7 at the moment. Much better performance from the Sharks today, but you must admit that the Griquas haven't been great either, and the Sharks themselves haven't really played to their full potential just yet. Can't wait for the Rainbow Cup next year. Well, I almost said next year. But in April, we are going to have the Rainbow Cup with the European teams, the Pro 14 teams, and can't wait to play against the best there. Leinster has been tipped as the best team in the Pro 14, so I do believe that any one of our 4 teams could give Leinster a run for their money, especially when the Bulls, the Sharks, well, not the current crop, but definitely the Super Rugby crop could have beaten Leinster any day. And then obviously the Bulls and the Western Province. I'm not so sure about the Lions, but when they do play well on the day, they're really well. So we've got another scrum reset. So we've had 4 minutes wasted on scrum resets in this game, which is quite low for a normal game. Normally you see about 10 minutes of wasted time on scrum resets. So I'm happy with the 4 minutes so far, but we've only had 52 minutes. So in realness, it would have been only 48 minutes played already today if we had a stop clock for the scrums. Kunrad said if we get enough points and there is a chance to jump ahead of them with points difference, or are they ahead with points? Well, let me have a quick look as we got another reset. So we've now had 5 minutes wasted of scrum resets. So I'm going to share my screen just once more with you guys. Let's do this. Curry Cup log. There we go. Just going to make it full screen quickly for you guys. So there you can see the Western Province is going to jump to 35 or 36 points. Sharks are going to be on 33. So if we can beat Western Province next week, we could end third and we play the Golden Lions. So that's the other alternative that could happen. And obviously, we always got a good chance to beat the Western Province. So yeah, there's a penalty against the Griquas now, 10 meters from the try line. It is 23 points to 9 to the Western Province at the moment in Bloemfontein. Tina de Good. So it looks like Western Province are going to win that game. So that should be enough for the Sharks to qualify regardless. So yeah, the alternative is if whoever wins between the Sharks and the Western Province is going to end third. So big game coming up next weekend. The Sharks now got a line out 5 meters from the line out. They go for the drive here. They form them all. That's been a good part of the game today. They've looked really well in the mauls, but it goes down now 5 meters from the try line. And the Griquas might have snatched this, but Henko Venter gets it back for the Sharks. No, it is the Gideon van der Merwe who's got it for the Griquas. McNorley takes it up for them. That's 7 meters from the round try line. Now the Griquas. Oh, Van Cock got absolutely annihilated there when he tried to go into the ruck there. So still 5 meters from the try line now. Zach Berger tries to get this ball out to Davids to clear. And that's a good clearance kick from Davids. It finds touch on the 10-meter line. Well, no. It's actually just outside the 22. So, but a good clearance under pressure from Davids. But yeah, it is what it is. The current score in Bloemfontein, 23 points to 9 to the Western Province. So it could be the end, potentially the end of the Cheetahs Currie Cup run this year. Dylan Richardson replacing Tembelani Bolly now. And I don't know why the Sharks want to make him a loose forward at the moment, because for me, Richardson was doing so well as a hooker, and then they moved him to a loose forward, which I just felt he's still been good, but he's not been great. I think he was a lot better at hooker than he was on a flanker. So Henko Venter takes it in. Jaden Hendricks, out it goes to Oxnashire, but he got ripped from him. And now a penalty against the Sharks for players diving in on the ruck. Again, Werner Kok. Ill-disciplined today is Werner Kok. He's really not made the step up to 15-man rugby as of yet. We've seen in the past Sabella Sinatla. We've seen now Roscoe Speckman. We've seen Stedman Gans. We've even seen Notche making up the move to the 15-man game. And for some reason, Werner Kok has just not lived up to that expectation just yet. Right, so there's going to be a throw in now for the Griquas, basically on halfway. Throw in taken by the number 8 of the Griquas. They're trying to maul their way forward now. They're making some ground. Just need to be careful not to go into touch. There's Smith who drives his way forward for the Griquas now. The hooker drives it up to the 10-meter line. Slow ball coming now. Zach Berger gives it out to McNorley. He puts the head down, not gaining any ground as the Griquas at the moment. It's been ripped by the Sharks now. Henko Venter out to Werner Kok. Jeremy Ward. There's an overlap here for the Sharks. Back inside to Werner Kok. There's space aplenty. He needs to pass this ball. Throws it out to Jeremy Ward. Back to Apalile Fassi. Back inside to Lukanyam. They're 5 meters from the try line. There's the Sharks now. Quick ball required. Gervin Bosch. Long cut out pass to Notche. He beats one defender. Gets tackled. Now the Sharks need support here at truck time. Jaden Hendricks out to Bosch again on the 22-meter line with a little chip kick ahead. But it's collected by Claessens, but we are going to come back for a penalty to the Sharks now. We've had 57 minutes gone in this game. The Sharks already got the bonus point. Already got the bonus point here. Right, so the Sharks have now they're going for touch yet again. About 10 meters from the try line at the moment. So it goes out 5 meters from the try line. Penalty was for an offside from the Griquas. So the Sharks are really looking to gather some points in this game. Oh, but a poor throw-in, but collected by Kumberai for the Sharks. They're about 2 meters from the try line from this movement. Taken in by Dylan Richardson. Slow ball coming for the Sharks now. JJ van der Mesh. You would bet on him to score this. No, still short. And he's been held up in the tackle. So it is going to be another scrum to the Sharks. 5 meters from the try line. We've had 59 minutes in this game. 5 minutes wasted through scrum resets today. So it's almost half less than normal, but we still got 20 minutes to go. Right. Let's see what's going to happen with the scrum. Let's just give you guys an update on the score. Well, suddenly the score has changed here. Western Province 23, the Free State Cheetahs got 16. So, important couple of, 20 minutes to go. 23 points to 16 is a 7-point lead for the Western Province. It doesn't look so good anymore. Sharks are doing their work here in Durban at the moment, so they're doing their job. It's up to the Western Province to do theirs. If the Western Province loses, it means that they fall out of the top 5 or the top 4. So we could see potentially Western Province getting knocked out of the Currie Cup as well. How great would that be if the Cheetahs can win this game against the Western Province and we get like a playoff game next weekend between the Sharks and the Cheetahs, the Sharks and the Western Province. That will basically be a knockout game then. It's going to be either one of the two lose or COVID-19 strikes and Western Province is out. So that's the scenarios at the moment. The Cheetahs are looking to secure themselves. It's 23 all in Bloemfontein, guys. It's 23 all in Bloemfontein at the moment. The Sharks got a scrum on the 5-meter line. And a penalty against the Griquas again. Well, it looks like the Sharks are leading quite comfortably at the moment, and the big game is going on in Bloemfontein. Like I say, with 20 minutes to go, it's 23 all. And that's going to make a big difference to the final points here, because that will mean, well, the Cheetahs could still potentially be under the Western Province, but points difference could make a big difference in the end. Right, so a few replacements coming on for the Sharks now. So it just slipped away there for a moment. So the Sharks are going to drive their way over for yet another try here. And it's 38 points to 7 to the Sharks now, with a conversion to come. So the Sharks are safe at the moment. They're racking up those points. Very important at the moment. Just having another look at the lock here. If the Cheetahs manage to get the win, they can go up to 31 points. Province get a losing bonus point to go up to 32. The Sharks will go up to 33. So very, very important what's happening in Bloemfontein at the moment for them. If they do draw, which is highly unlikely, the Western Province will go up to 33 or 34 points, and the Cheetahs will go to 28, and then they will definitely be out of contention. So a draw is not something that the Cheetahs want at this stage. The Sharks, I would say, are home and dry unless things go horribly wrong in Bloemfontein now. But we'll do the maths a little bit later on, guys. At the moment, we've got 17 minutes to play in Durban. Sharks leading quite comfortably by 38 points to 7. And the conversion from Bosch is a beauty. So 40 points to 7. It is here for the Sharks now. And they're taking a resounding lead. Again, a much better performance from the Sharks now than it was in the last 2 weeks, I would say. So 40 points to 7, good lead for the Sharks here. I put them down for a 15-plus win. But yeah, I didn't expect the Griquas not to be a challenge at all today. So the restart from the Griquas taken in by the Sharks. Just outside the round 22 is the Sharks at the moment. And a good opportunity now for the Sharks to just clear their lines again. Beautifully collected by Verity for the Griquas. Still working their way up at the moment. On halfway, they tried to burst through the defense. Zach Berger, out it goes to Davids, back inside. It goes to the center. It's Andre Swats who took it up for the Griquas there. Now Zach Berger, out it goes to replacement hooker. Now Zach Berger out to Noli. Griquas trying to work their way, but they're just getting caught behind the advantage line at the moment. As Manny Libok gets Davids behind the advantage line on halfway. And it looks like the Sharks, Dan Hurst, have stolen it, but illegally so. So a chance now for the Griquas to kick this out into the Sharks 22. The score in Bloemfontein still 23 all, guys. The Western Province let slip a very good lead. Suddenly everything has changed and everybody's still in danger. If the Cheetahs would have lost today, the Sharks would have been secured and the Western Province would have been sure of a playoff berth. So the Griquas now take it up inside the 22. The Sharks just really not gaining any ground at the moment is the Griquas. They're trying to pick and go around the fringes, but the Sharks defense just furious at the moment, keeping them out at all costs. We've got 14 minutes left. Another penalty against the Sharks for not releasing on the ground. And I'll surely have another crack at it at touch here through Davids. So the Cheetahs have now taken the lead here in Bloemfontein. It's 26 points to 23. And that makes a big difference to the lock. They will go up all the way to 30 points as it stands at the moment, which will leave the province on 32 and the Sharks on 33. And all to play for next week. So the Griquas now driving their way, and they have scored the try through Stefan Willemse. Oh no, it's Gideon van der Merwe who goes over for the try. He's had a good game today. Let's just see whether it really is him. I just want to check the number. Or it could be the replacement as well. But as it stands at the moment, it's 40 points to 12 to the Sharks, with a conversion to come. Oh, great little run there. Yeah, it's Gideon van der Merwe. He's probably been the Griquas' best player on the field today, so a deserving try for him today. He's been really good. He's been great at the breakdown. He's stolen a few balls. He's given a few penalties. He's now scored a try. He's been good at line-out. He's been good at tackling. Truly one of the standout players for the Griquas today. Let's just go while they do this conversion. Let's go and have another look at the score. It's still 26 points to 23 to the Cheetahs at the moment. And we're in for one hell of a weekend next weekend. We will decide the outcome of the playoff positions. Western Province making life so much harder for themselves. They could have secured the spot today, and also for the Sharks. So, yeah, Barry says as well, they're leading 26-23. So, yeah, Western Province just making their own lives hell at the moment, along with the Sharks. If Province could have won, it would have been a straight straight horse for either the Sharks or the Western Province for the semi-finals. Now we've got the Cheetahs back in contention as it stands at the moment. So back with the Sharks game, they've kicked it off again. The Griquas got it inside their own 22. They formed the ruck, and Zach Berger's going to try and clear this. Gives it out to Davids, who's been looking good with the clearance kick so far. Finds touch just outside the 22 again. So with 11 minutes to go, Sharks surely going to win this game regardless of what happens in the next 10 minutes. It's the one in Bloemfontein that we really... Oh, Western Province are leading this game again. It's 28-26 in Bloemfontein at the moment. So for you guys who are interested in that scoreline in Bloemfontein at the moment, Cheetahs got 26. Western Province now got 28. I know we are doing the Sharks game, but the Sharks are done and dusted. They've won this game. There's no coming back for the Griquas now. So as far as the scoreboard is in Bloemfontein, the Cheetahs got 26. Western Province got 28. That's the update that I've got in Bloemfontein at the moment. Yeah, it seems like they have missed the conversion, or it's still coming up. Yeah, it must have missed it. So yeah, that's what we've got. We've got 10 minutes left in this game here. The Sharks and the Griquas. 40 points to 12. The Sharks are leading. And back in Bloemfontein, it's 28-26 at the moment. Western Province leading the Free State Cheetahs with round about the same time left as the Sharks Griquas game. Right, so scrum, reset. We've had about 6 minutes wasted now. We're going for 7 minutes now. So 7 of 80 minutes down the drain because of scrum resets. Sparrow says, come on, Western Province, knock out the Cheetahs. Well, I'm sure the next team to score in that game will win that game, surely. 28-26 at the moment. It is in Bloemfontein. Cheetahs and Western Province. Such a close game, that one, it seems. But here in Durban, it's 40 points to 12 to the Sharks. Scrum is looking good for the Sharks now and halfway. It's Nohamba out to Curvin Bosch. Long cutout pass to Mani Lebok. Back inside to Lukanya. Tries to beat the defense, but not going anywhere at the moment. Now Nohamba, out it goes to Ashton Fortuin is on the field as well. Now Nohamba back to Bosch. Puts the little kick in behind, and it's going to roll out inside the 22 of the Griquas. Veritian showing his intent to go for a quick throw-in, but the side's against it. So with 8 minutes to go in this game, it's all done and dusted here. Barry said, will Stormers qualify if they win? If they do win today, they move up to 35 points and the Cheetahs to 27. So that would probably be the end of the Cheetahs. So Western Province will definitely be qualifying if they win this game. It's just going to be a matter of who ends third or fourth. Mani Lebok has intercepted it for the Sharks. And the Sharks now going up. Oh, no, we're not. There's a knock-on from the Sharks. So it's going to be a scrum to the Griquas, 10 meters from their own try line. So, yeah, Barry, if Western Province win, they already through. Sharks win, they're through. Unless the Cheetahs win, of course. And then it's going to be decided between Province and the Sharks next weekend who ends third or fourth to play a potential semi-final against the Bulls, because whoever ends in fourth will play the Bulls. And the team ending in third will probably play the Golden Lions. Well, there's still plenty of outcomes. Actually, the Golden Lions have played one game more than Western Province and the Sharks as it stands. So this thing is still very much open. It's just the fact that the Cheetahs, if they lose, they don't qualify anymore. And a poor kick from the Griquas got taken beautifully by Apalila Fassi, and he scores another phenomenal try for the Sharks. So the Sharks have really gone out here today to destroy the Cheetahs. Not the Cheetahs, the Griquas. We obviously got destroyed by the Griquas last weekend. So, yeah, just a poor kick from David. Tried a little cross kick to the left wing, but Fassi read it beautifully and went over for that try. So with 5 minutes to go, 45 points to 12 with the conversion to come. Bloemfontein, it's still 28 points to 26. Western Province lead. So Bosch have had 5 from 6 today. Good goal kicking performance from him again. Showing some great skills, but he's had a little bit of a dip in form with the last 2 games he's played. That one goes through again, so his goal kicking is still pretty good, but he struggled in a Sharks team where the pack of forwards haven't been great. So he's never really gotten front foot ball in the last couple of games, which have made it really difficult for him to shine. Now Notch has taken it from the restart. Now JJ van der Mes, out it goes to Kumbarai. They're just outside the round 22 at the moment. Griquas look to counteract this, but there's a penalty. No penalty. Referee has stopped the play. What's wrong? Oh, it's Gideon Van der Merwe is down at the moment. I don't know why the referee stopped the game, because it's not that serious at the moment. So strange why he stopped the game. Unless there's some foul play. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Not sure what the problem there was. Anyway, back in Bloemfontein, the scoreline: Free State Cheetahs 29, Western Province 28. That's the latest in Bloemfontein. Cheetahs keeping their playoff hopes alive. They've come back from behind a couple of times in this game. So the Cheetahs now with a 1 point difference leading the Western Province with basically the same time left, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. And they could have snatched victory from the Western Province here. So meanwhile here in Durban, the Griquas now got a penalty. They've taken it out, kicked it out about 10 meters from the try line. Sharks leading 47 points to 12. Massive game down in Bloemfontein. Beautifully taken by the Griquas from the line out. But they've lost tremendous field through poor slapping of the ball. Now the Sharks counteract this, and they've got it on their own 22-meter line. JJ van der Mes knocks it on, and it's been picked up. Oh, bumping tackle from JJ there. Young man's got some anger issues himself, it seems. Throwing the poor left winger of the Griquas to the ground there. It's not looking good. Must go for a concussion test probably. because he's landed quite badly on his head there. What just happened there? Super Sports screens have gone away, and they've gone quickly as the Griquas. Barry says, I hope and pray Storms can still win this. Hey, man, it's one of those things. They do have a really good team, but for some reason, they're not dominating like the Bulls currently are while having the players. Oh, the Sharks, what happened there? The Sharks went quickly from the lineup, and then Gideon van der Merwe intercepted that ball from the lineup. Was he onside, though? Oh, TMO decision coming up here. Let's see what they decide here with 2.5 minutes to go. Barry's asking, how did he get the concussion? Well, in the tackle from JJ van der Merwe just really annihilated him in the tackle. And although there was nothing wrong with the tackle, he kind of smacked him to the ground head first. So I don't know if he did go for that concussion test. I see he's still on the field, though, so he didn't go for it. So in the meantime, the Griquas have scored and tried from that silly throw-in from Dan Uester. And the scoreline now 47 points to 19. Great awareness from Gideon van der Merwe, who's been the Griquas' best player today. The restart from the Griquas, or the Sharks, gets the ball inside the 22 of the Griquas, going forward. Now Zach Berger in control at the back of the ruck for the Griquas here. Throws it out to Davids, and David kicks it into touch again. So he's been pretty solid with the touch finders, is the replacement flyer of Davids. And the Sharks now will have a lineup just outside the 22. Just to give you guys another update here in Bloemfontein, score still remains the same. The Cheetahs are leading by 29 points to 28 at the moment. And I'm sure around about the same time left on the clock as this game as well. Sharks throwing goes astray. It's been picked up by the Griquas, and the referee are going to call them back for a knock-on. So there's going to be Sharks, Griquas scrum just outside the 22 of the Griquas at the moment. Yeah, Barry says Stormers need to drop goal penalty to at least win this. We'll have to wait and see. Just checking the scoreboard real quickly. Let's go and have a look what goes on in Bloemfontein. The score still with a minute to go. The Western Province have got a penalty. So I am going to keep you guys informed on that score at the moment. The Western Province got a penalty. Well, very kickable one indeed. So a chance for the Western Province to win this game at the death. If Tim Sweel can get the penalty, the Western Province will win this game. What a big kick this will be for Tim Sweel today. 20 seconds left, so after this kick, game is over. Very, very important kick for Tim Sweel for the Western Province. The Sharks still leading 47-19 with no time left on the clock. Surely this is going to be the end of that. And then obviously the Cheetahs and the Western Province going down to the wire with Tim Sweel's kick. I'm going to keep you guys informed on that now. The kick from Tim Sweel is a good one, and the Western Province have won this game at the death. They have won this game. Western Province have got it 31 points to 29. 31 to 29, Western Province have beaten the Cheetahs, and with that, goes the Cheetahs Curry Cup campaign as well. Well. Who would have expected that? At the very end, it is the Western Province beating the Cheetahs and taking them out of the Curry Cup for sure. Unfortunately, the Cheetahs just left it too late in the end to come back in contention. The Sharks have won their game 47 points to 19. Cheetahs have lost to the Western Province 29 to 31. And as far as the Curry Cup lock is concerned, the Cheetahs will move to 27. The Sharks going to move up to 33. Western Province to 35. And then, then that's it. The Bulls 35, the Lions 33, Western Province 35. So Western Province have overtaken the Lions now to second place. So the Lions now in third place on 33. The Sharks on 33, but because their points difference are less than the Lions, they're still in fourth place. And that's probably how it's going to stay for the rest of the campaign. Western Province lose, the Sharks can still move up all the way to second place, depending on what happens between the Bulls and the Lions on Wednesday, and then obviously on a weekend between the Sharks and Western Province. So a hell lot to play for next weekend. It's going to be a really cracker of a weekend to come. Yep. It's like Barry said, this ends for the Cheetahs, can't defend their title no more. And then Kunrad said, wow, it sounded like a good fight from the Cheetahs. They did well, but in the end, it was just not good enough for the Cheetahs. So I did drift a little bit away from the Sharks game, but it's because they were leading so far, and it never seemed like the Griquas could come back into the game. So because of that, I did go and have a look at the Western Province game in the end. So, but full time here in Durban, Sharks 47, the Griquas 19, and now it's just a question of where on the lock the teams are going to finish, and it's all going to come down. First of all, it's going to be the Lions Bulls game on Wednesday. I will be showing that, or I'm not showing the game, but I will do commentary on the game. So first of all, that's important. For a Sharks point of view, the Bulls need to win the Lions. And then we go back to the weekend where the Sharks and the Western Province play each other. And whoever then wins, if the Bulls beat the Lions, will get second place on the lock and a home semi-final. Not that home semi-finals means anything anymore. So, but definitely I will do Wednesday's game and I will do the weekend's games, guys. So can't wait until next weekend or until Wednesday. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and then I can't wait for the game between the Sharks and the Western Province. But until then, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys next time. And just to finish this off by answering Barry Green, the Pumas cannot qualify anymore. So too not the Griquas or even the Cheetahs. So until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.